There's some Cavaliers news today, D-Man, and that is that Larry Drew, who's been the interim coach of the Cavaliers, and
don't call me interim.
Don't call me interim. Pay me big time.
Yeah.
They've decided, the Cavaliers and Drew. The wording of this is they've decided to part ways.
Mutually agree to part ways. I think they all came out with statements. Drew had a quote within, I believe, the Cavs statement. He said, no offense to anything, it was time to go. I think, according to Chris Fedor, cleveland.com, beat reporter of covering the Cavs, he said that his sources told him that Larry Drew was offered the opportunity to be one of the interviewees, one of the candidates.
For the head coach.
Yes, and Drew politely declined, and that's what led to the parting of ways. Well, I'm sure Drew thinks, why do I have to interview?
Yeah, you see what I am. Well,
you should
if
just
you go by
extend me if you think if I should be the coach.
Unless it was the performance is way below what the marching orders were. I'm not sure what the marching orders were, by the way.
Yeah, I don't believe, as much as I've railed against the Cavs, in my opinion, having too much fun along the way en route to 19-63. I don't think the record is the issue. With Drew, I thought he did as much as he could. In a lot of respects, he was dealt a bad hand. No LeBron injuries, specifically to supposedly the cornerstone, Kevin Love. Had to deal with a lot of young guys with growing pains. Those young guys seemed to get better under Larry Drew's tutelage. So I don't think it was the record that was the issue. I just think it was the Cavaliers ownership, or Kobe Altman, Gilbert, that combination, wanting to move on to a different voice, maybe a guy more offensive oriented. But
I don't think, in retrospect, I don't think Larry Drew had a chance.
Well, that's probably what he was thinking, or in fact, I know it's what he was thinking when he said, I don't want to be called interim.
Right.
Make sure that he wanted some semblance of security, because he had a feeling that they weren't on board with Larry Drew for the next 5 years.
And they're not going to hire him as an assistant, so.
Yeah, if he's going to be an assistant in the NBA, it's not going to be on this team, a team that he just was the head coach for. I liken him, I see a parallel with Greg Williams. The Greg Williams for the Browns, Larry Drew for the Cavs. Williams did a nice job given the circumstances. Pat on the back, but they wanted to go in a different direction. Larry Drew, nice job given the circumstances, was the right man for that time, but now they want to go in a different direction.
On a couple of occasions, Dan Gilbert has gone after a splash. In this case, well, he went for Calipari one time, but he's also been going after Tom Izzo, who's coaches at
seemingly every other year.
Yeah, coaches at Michigan State, which is where Dan Gilbert went to school. You think he'll make a run at it, one more run?
Maybe, but now we're at a point, aren't we, Les, with Izzo, where is he that sexy? I mean, yes, he just got his team to the Final Four again, and he's still a hot commodity in the college ranks, but does the NBA community go, oh, my gosh, wait till Tom Izzo comes here? Because when he gets here, he's going to wreck the league. And that's not disrespecting Izzo as a coach. It's simply saying that maybe his time as a hot commodity was 10 years ago. Think about the MLB. Sandy Alomar Jr. a few years ago was a hot managerial candidate. Now, I don't know that other teams go, oh, we have to get Sandy Alomar at some point.
That's a problem for
him.
So
I don't think Izzo's the guy, and I don't even know if Gilbert would go down that road unless Izzo were to call him and say, hey, I want to get out of here, but I don't think he will.
We sort of know how Gilbert feels about general managers, and that is he doesn't think highly of them. And I wonder if he feels highly about coaches.
Well, he's changed enough of them over the years, but
doesn't mean he's right.
Right. I don't think that it will be Izzo. I don't know. Maybe he's got a college guy in mind. Maybe he and all. How much of a pull is Altman going to have? Is this going to be Altman's hire? Even if they say it is it really going to be his, or is it going to be Dan Gilbert's hire?
Well, I think ultimately it's Dan Gilbert.
I would think so too.